Hello, one and all, welcome back to more Let's Play Skies of Arcadia. I am the Max Few Trades. In the last part, we got through the Dark Void, and we found a place that's name is, Hafatoba. Anyway, point is, they told us where we can find the next moonstone, so we're gonna go and try and find it. And probably have to fight all manner of evil doodads and what have ye in order to make it happen. Although this place does have a pretty good ambience to it. And, after, forests and lavas, it's nice to see a chill area with a bunch of blues. Woo! We're going down this rope like a smart person would. Although, I feel like you'd get some serious rope burn on your palm there, boyo. Ooh. That's probably a good idea to invest in some gloves. But, he doesn't seem to be having any issue. Oh. And then we use the underwater suit we were given, and we look ridiculous. And at the exact same time, I can't help but note that they only ever gave us one of these. I'm walking like this. I mean, that's how it would look in water. I get that. But yeah, there were 4 of us and only one suit, so the logistics of how that works is a bit beyond me. Also, I have to wonder what the point even was. I assume we're going to be using it more than once. Was that just to introduce the concept? If so, I'm left wondering why he would take it off. You're probably going to end up having to use it again. Very strange, that. And what is this strange contraption? What's this rack? Looks like some sort of switch. Maybe I should judo kick it. There. Alright, it's not a switch, it's a light. It is a light bright. Bright lights. What's it doing? It's making water level go up. Oh, the memories! Just like Misadventures' first adventure. It looks like it triggered some sort of water release valve. Oh, I see. The switch is probably here to fill this area with water. Then I guess we're gonna need to do a lot of it? No, that doesn't really seem to make much sense because every door seems to be very easily gotten to. Leaving me to wonder what the point is. I suppose we'll find out once we explore every conceivable room. Alright, let's see what kind of damage we can do to what dwells within these lands. Yeah, definitely focus on the galooper. That's gonna be my assumption. Oh, okay, never mind. It's running away, so it didn't even matter. Didn't even matter. Alright, cool. That made sense. And today, Fina is the fastest gun in the West, despite the fact that she's using a weird gloopy man. Alright. Aika, inexplicably going 3rd this time. Also, her new boomerang is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, well, it killed the weaker one, but also did a lot more damage to the weaker one. Who knows how that's supposed to work? Best I can assume is some kind of distance thing.
We did it!
Alright then. At the very least, the first interaction makes it appear that the monsters in this place won't be too bad. That is the assumption. I'm sure we'll discover pretty quickly at one way or the other. First things first, I must check out this area. And so that's a bit of an issue now, ain't it? This looks like it's leading to even more stuff. Ow. I was trying to kind of sort of go the way that wouldn't lead to stuff. Because there's no way all 3 of these paths lead to entirely separate sections. I mean, I guess it is possible that that's what they're doing, but it seems a bit unlikely. Aha! Initiative! Don't mind if I do. I really like it, because Boomerang, it's like a big club. But it also doesn't look like it would do too well at cutting stuff. Bludgeon, sure, but I don't know about cut. Then again, I mean, boomerangs as a weapon have always been incredibly fascinating to me. Because the way they're portrayed in media and the way that they are in reality are vastly different. Like, yeah, boomerang can return to you if you throw them, but you gotta throw them properly. And if they hit something, they're not going to come back after they hit it. That's not something that's gonna happen. It's gonna screw up the entire momentum of the thing.
An utter victory.
On top of that, it's sort of a hunting tool? Sort of? It's kind of hard to say. Either way, boomerangs are one of those things that are absurdly cool, and I love them, and I like seeing them in fiction, despite the fact that in reality, they really aren't the greatest option for when it comes to melee weaponry. Or, I guess, ranged weaponry. I suppose it could do both. That's what I could use it for, is for both. She makes it work because she lives in a universe where boomerangs are capable of hitting stuff and returning to the user. It'd be much more awkward if every time she tried to hit something with her boomerang, it just, you know, it hit them, plopped down, landed on the ground, and then she had to run over and pick it back up. So, obviously, I'm glad that that's not a factor. It's just, I don't know. I don't know how many videos it's been up to this point, but I feel like it's been long enough for me to finally broach that, you know, topic. That boomerangs. Awesome in fiction, not so much in reality. Then again, I suppose, you know, Aika's far from the least conventional weapon user here. Again, Fina has a blobby little alien baby. Not even sure what it's really meant to be. Anyway, it's using fireballs! Alright, well, that was rude. You're a rude lizard, and I don't much care for your way of life. So therefore, I must set you aflame again! Because I can! There we go. And that sweeps them away. Except for that one who apparently has like 2 HP left, my goodness. Way to be a trooper, my dude. Good on you, good on you.
An utter victory.
There we go. And Enrique's new sword looks pretty cool too. Everybody got some cool stuff. Also, I didn't even acknowledge the new, all the level ups. Rizalem. Would Rizalem perhaps be the ability to very consistently bring people back? Oh boy. Interesting. I guess all of these rooms are their own independent thing and puzzles and don't just lead to like treasure chests or something. Okay. If that's the way that it is, then I'll do what I need to do in here, and then I'll hopscotch my way around and do what I gotta do. Just keep on big up. They always go for them. Leave the girls alone. Good lord. I don't understand their obsession. I mean, I know I already talked about it. I get it. They have the weakest defense, so tactics-wise, that makes sense. And for some reason, I couldn't say tactically. I don't know. But still, it's annoying. Why can't I have an ability of like a taunt? Just so I can, if Vice can take hits slightly better, let him take the hits for him. Sheesh. At the very least for Fina, Aika can take at least a little bit more hits. Not a ton, but at least a little. But Fina, she is very, very squishy. Very soft. All of her armor are robes. I mean, not all of Aika's armor's been great, but, you know, sometimes they seem, on average, better. Alright. Hit the big shiny button. So am I to take it that because Aika can't swim, in order to traverse water, we just need to use the diving suit at all times? That's kind of funny. It appears that the switch was here to fill this area with water. Thank you for stating the obvious, Mr. Man. All right. This is a very interesting design choice, I've got to say. But, it's fine. You know, a lot of people complained about the water temple in Zelda, but I never really thought it was that big of a deal. The only really annoying part about it was constantly having to take on and take off the iron boots because you had to open up the menus a whole bunch. And then in the remake, they made it a button so that it wasn't even a problem. So, you know, there's that. All right, there are a lot of these blorpy dudes, leaving me to believe that perhaps they might be susceptible to some kind of attack and not take 0 damage. That's the hope, at least. Oh boy, all of them are now really fast. That is definitely not something that they needed. I will now try to cut your face. And it worked! Lambda Burst just might be able to take them out. Of course, she needs to actually be able to use it. Please don't knock her out or make her incapable of doing what it is she's doing, because that, yeah, okay. Well, Vice fell asleep, that's unfortunate. Oh, okay, cool, they're doing it again. That's cool, that's fair, that makes sense. Okay, can I have my turn now, or like come on here. Just burn them up. Just burn them up, and they are immune to it for reasons. Okay. Nope. Tubsy Wubsy is taking a very long stroll on over. Okay, well, the good news is he's gonna wake up Vice by doing that. Took about an hour and a half to pull it off, though. See, that's the sort of thing I don't understand. You give all of the enemies, you know, close range and long range options. Why not have them locked in? You know, like if they're far away, they use the far away option, and if they're close, they use the close option. Sometimes it just seems like they roll the dice on whether or not a character is gonna run headfirst into an enemy, even when an animation for them running takes very long time. It's an interesting stylistic choice, is all I'm saying. Alright, so this fight has definitely taken a bit more effort than I was ready for. That's okay, that's okay. We are going to assume that that will be dead. Ow, that was his face you done just gone and stabbed. Rude. Have to take care of business the old-fashioned way. With singular attacks. There you go. See, that's why. If you're far away, you use the fire breath. That way, we don't have to spend an hour and a half watching you walk all the way over to an enemy so you can bite them. It's called practicality. All right, then. This should work. And it did. Probably overkill, too, but... use SP or lose SP. So what difference does it make? All right, then. There we go. Everybody's getting stronger. All right, then. So, that upped the water level in this. So what does this one do? I say, boop. What are the plans? What's the haps? And why am I adding so much water to this place? What is the long-term objective from doing this? I must ask. We will find out soon enough, I suppose. That was the wrong thing. You know, I still haven't been able to find any moonfish. I find that very odd and suspicious, and I don't much enjoy that fact. There we go. We'll just, yeah, basically, yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't, you know, wasting one by using a more powerful thing than I needed to. It all worked out. I was able to do some extraordinarily basic maths. All right, then. I choose to go back to the other room that I was before. Yes, that seems like a good idea, perhaps. Haha, yeah, he says, very unconfident. Unconfident. Wah! That's not good as the word speaky. But that's not news. All right, then. Finally, Lambda Burst on the first turn. Do bigly damage. Well, that was technically bigly damage. But the whole point of using it is to try and make it so that there are less enemies to use their many physical attacks on us. Also, I think you attacked the one that already did their turn, so it's not really going to prevent a whole lot. So Fina gets it. Fina took care of the lizard person who was going to take an hour and a half to fight otherwise. Counterattack? Hey, there you go. All right, we'll take those. We'll take those. But here's the problem. There are so many lizards. Okay, well, there's one less lizard. But still, is he gonna walk the... He's gonna... Yep. That's what he's doing. He only gave you a day and a half to get out of the way of that. That one made more sense. It's harder to track a gigantic, you know, fire stream flying towards your face. But it's slowly waddling up to you like herpa-derpa-derpa-derp and just straight up ending you and biting you on the ankle. You should have been able to react and stop that pretty quick. Dang lizard folks. Get out of here with all that.
That was easy.
Indeed it was, is what we're saying to ourselves, in order to feel better. We're almost on the verge of getting even more level ups. That's pretty swell. All right, that's the way I came in. Sometimes I forget because the battles happen and my sense of perspective kind of gets warped. All right then, so I guess we'll walk all the way as in theirs. What exactly am I expected to be a dozen here? All right, well, it looks to me like I can go down into the water, where there might be something or another down there, before we go over to the next room over. Oh, great, it's a bunch of these dudes. It's just a bunch of these dudes. I don't much care for these dudes. All right, then. We're gonna use the Lambda Burst as we always do. We're going to make our best attempts to try to maybe kill some of the enemies. There we go. Aha! Not today, too fast. And then fire consumes thy enemies. Yes, yes. Up and none of the wolfie men. So close. Oh boy. Thanks for that. That's a fun day. Thanks for that. Counter hit. And now they're doing this. Oh. Who's fallen asleep? Oh, so far, it's only ever been Vice, and that's a little strange. Does he need a nap? Is that? Are you okay, Vice? Is this something? Do you need help? It appears you are suffering from a lack of sleep. Oh boy! Speeding them up. All right. Well, maybe if we take care of the wolf peoples, the other guys will just run away. That'd be pretty handy. All right, or we could kill one of them outright. I mean, I'm always down for that idea. Obviously, the best possible course of action would be, you know, all of them getting defeated, because then we get all of the benefits. I'm just trying to be realistic and not get my expectations too freakishly high, you know? Okay, I did not anticipate that being the thing that ran away. I'll be real with you. I guess technically all enemies have that option. I was not mentally prepared for that. The Blorpy dude's fine. They're kind of known for it, but
That was fun.
well, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. All right, well, I'm getting all the experience and monies, so that's always good. I'm getting more spirit. Always accept more spirit. Okay, now that that's been done, is there something down here for us? Oh. Well, this seems ill-advised. All right, well, now I'm down here. Huh. Okay. Huh. It's, I assume there's a way back up, or the game would, in fact, not let me jump down here. Oh, dear. I assume that we can't fight monsters down here. I mean, it's a little funny, considering how often I fight fish. That, you know, now would be the time that they don't try to fight me, but still. I'm just assuming because of the big suit and what have you, and we can't really fight monsters underwater. Okay. What exactly do you propose was the point of all that has just taken place this day? There was more down there and I just didn't realize or notice? That seems to be the more likely scenario, otherwise this entire bottom area is for literally nothing. I find that hard to believe. And I apologize for going back on this and taking another gander, but if there's like a treasure or a loot or something, I don't want to permanently miss it. But I understand that the slow, blorky, whooshy-whooshiness that I am currently going with is not exactly the most enthralling, but I'm moving as quickly as I possibly can to see what the point of these mysterious lands are. Okay, well, a thing popped up on the map that made me think that there might have been something. Doesn't seem so. And can I climb back up? I most assuredly cannot. Okay, okay. Now, but seriously, Gabe, like, surely there is a point to coming down here, right? It's not just a big, wide open area that's slow to move in that I had no reason to come down and explore. I am seeing nothing. I am confused in every possible way. All right then. I concede that I've likely definitely missed something here, but I'm not seeing anything. Okay. Maybe there's something on one of the ledges that I jumped down on? Maybe? I'm not entirely sure. What was the point? There has to be something around here. Otherwise, this would be a waste of programming. Very confusing. I guess, again, I'm sort of assuming that this leads me back up to where I was prior. It could lead me to somewhere entirely different. That's possible. Oh, that is in fact... Okay, that's the door. Okay, that makes sense at least. Okay, so going down there didn't seem to do much for anybody. Okay, well, first the monsters need to break 3 and mess up my day. I suppose that's within their legal rights as monsters, although them getting initiative is ever so slightly annoying. Alright, cool. They just get a... They just get a free run of it. All right, well, you go ahead and run away. I ain't gonna stop you. If anything, I'm totally down for it. Sure as all heck is a whole lot better than you spending all your turns trying to make me fall asleep. All right, then. So that was a thing. We'll just slap them around, I guess. Unless our attacks miss inexplicably. Aight. There we go. We'll call that revenge. Revenge for the fact that my last attack didn't do anything, and that was very frustrating. Aha, you nerd! Finally, Aika's quickness is starting to pay off. I thought she was about to get decked upside the head for that. Oh, thank goodness that was not the case. Although Fina has seen better days. Oh, thank goodness, thank goodness. All right. Aha, now you get Starroed. All right, then. I'm going to go back to using Lambda Burst because, boy, howdy, was that a really good way of softening up enemies so that the rest of them could take care of business. Please don't counter hit. Please don't hit Fina. They didn't. All right, keep on hitting Enrique. That's fine. Dude's a bit more of a tank than your average folk, which is a bit strange. He doesn't really look the part, but, you know, appearances, deceivings, and all that good stuff. All right, this would have been way more useful on the first turn, but we'll take it when we can get it. Jeezums.
Is it over already?
All right, let's take some cares of Zatsums. Give me all the stuff. There we go. And then I hit the actual right button to use some items because, boy, oh, hang on. Yeah, increase quick by 3, always. And then we'll just bada-bada-bop, bada-bop, bada-bop, and bada-bada-bop. There you go. There you go. Now you're all feeling rosy. All right, well, this gigantic area down below definitely has to serve a point for somebody somewhere. Maybe I should have looked around on these edges so I could get a better idea. That looks like it could be a button. Aha! The entire problem was that I was misinterpreting what precisely this area was supposed to be. I thought it was some sort of optional thing. It is in fact not. It's a bunch of areas that you could potentially end up in, but it's mainly used as a hub to get you back to where you are when you choose the wrong one. That makes sense. That makes sense. It makes me a little bit frustrated that I wasted so much time wandering around looking for something that apparently never existed in the first place, but live and learn. Being on the edge of tomorrow and all that good stuff. Sometimes you do have to live and learn. Your lesson. That you are a dummy. And that's a lesson that I'm forced to relive every single day. Ugh. All right. That's enough self-deprecating for today. Or at least for right now. Let's go... I'm not a big fan of the fact that every single one of my mistakes is punctuated by another monster attack. Alright, well, we get initiative and we get to fight off the lizards without them trying to chomp at us. So, at least I appreciate that much. There we go. We soften them up and you guys should be able to take care of at least 3 more of them. Unless you miss. Okay, well, I mean, 2 of them would sort of kind of be okay too. 3 would have been better, but I'll take 2. Have at thee, indeedy. I appreciate the way that this guy uses old-timey speaks for no good reasons. Much like I do's, forsooth. And what have ye? Alright, okay. I was just really hoping we could take them out before they could get a chance to fight us. That is definitely the best thing. Okay. It almost looked like that last one was gonna stick around for a little bit. That would have been... I mean, I would have to respect his gumption, but still. Okay, so then... I guess it would have to be this one. And then we hop ourselves down here, and then at long last we have found ourselves the magic button. Or not. Or not. Or not. Or not. I guess. Okay. Well, that's all kinds of embarrassing now, isn't it? This one, then? Maybe? Because it was even closer, and it looked like there was actually something here? No, apparently. I am immeasurably bad at this. There are only so many of these things for me to jump down. Can what I think is the very last one be? No, this can't be. This is still wrong. This is still wrong. I'm not mad at the game. I'm mad at myself and my lack of spatial recognition. Alright, if it's not this one, then that means that the one I went down first was in fact the correct one the entire time. And if that's the case, then I'm gonna be really embarrassed. Was I wrong in my assumption that I saw a giant button up here? I thought I looked over and I could have definitely saw a switch. Okay, so to the better part of my knowledge, was the first one I jumped down the right one and I just went the wrong way and jumped back down because I thought I was exploring? I mean, I suppose on one hand, if that is the case, while immeasurably frustrating, I feel like I would have just thought, oh, but I immediately found the way out. Doesn't that mean that there must be some kind of secret or treasure or something that I missed? And I probably would have looked anyway, but that's still rather disheartening, to say the bare minimum. Sheesh. Yeah, sure enough. This was, I did the correct one the first time, and I just happened to coincidentally decide to go jump down and look on the lower level. Wow. Such an absurdly casual mistake, and it's all took. I apologize for that. Alright, well, luckily I cut out most of a good chunk of the fumbling. You guys got half of a fumble, and the other part's not as fumbly. It's half as painful. Better to get kicked in the head once than twice, as they say. Unless, I guess, the first one knocked you out, in which case maybe you wouldn't even know about the second one. I don't know, who knows? Well, now that that's all said and done, let us never speak of it again. I was fully ready and anticipating having to get into a fight, but I gotta be completely real with you, I wasn't expecting it to happen as I opened my mouth. My goodness. Alright, I'm using the super move because it definitely always avoids the whole missing thing and just lets me defeat the enemy something quick. So we're gonna do that and just hope that maybe we get some other ones casually. It'd be nice. Hey, there we go. All right, we got at least two of them. What about you, last one? You gonna run away? No, you gonna do a little burp? You gonna burp aggressively in Fina's general direction? Oh, well, that's a critical hit, so you really probably should have ran away. I mean, you were definitely gonna end up losing at the end, after the next turn, but
Let us be thankful for our safety.
I'm just saying, you had the option to get away before death. It wasn't completely assured. Man, I have not switched over to the green kind in a very, very long time, and Vice has been on the verge of learning a new green spell for, like, ever. I really do need to switch up the colors, just for the sake of getting some to the stuff that I hadn't done before, you know? All right. I want to try to get as even a spread as I possibly can. We shall see. I know that I gotta switch at least one of them to green. I don't think anybody is currently using yellow either, so yeah, there you go. We'll give that a go. No, hang on. First things first, switch to green. There we go. We'll use the Cutlass Fury on the Gloober. No, we will not use Cutlass Fury on the Gloober. We'll use a normal attack on that so we can use Lambda Burst. So we can maybe do something else there. We got yellow. Is anybody currently using fire? I don't think anybody is. There we go, then we'll switch over to fire. I'm okay with sticking with silver and blue. Because those are some stat buffs, and the silver magic is all about revival, and if I can make more characters know proper revival spells, then that's always what I'm gonna be trying to go for. How dare ye! Why must thine enemies always be pulling this bullcrap? Why must you constantly buff your damn speed? You don't need it! It's a delaying of the inevitable. What? Do you guys not coordinate this stuff? You can't double up on the speed up. Yeah, at least I assumed as much. I certainly was never able to. Would have been downright awful if you could inexplicably do so. Alright, cool. Thanks for that. Ah, counterattack. Haha. A stabby sword beam of death. There you go. Alright then. And die, demon! It did not work. It did not work. Die, demon! It did not work! Alright then. Well, stay the course. And then one of the dang beasties runs away. And then you run away too. Making my entire plan look like absolute silliness. I swear. I do not care for this. Yeah, alright. You've made your point. And now you're gonna get decked upside the head by a gloopy boy. Is that how you wanted your life to be ended? By a gloopy boy? Alright, well this is a little thing I like to call unnecessary, but got the job done. A little thing called overkill. Using a super move on a single enemy. Ah well. These are the prices you pay, I suppose. There we go. Soon you will finally get that new green spell, Vice. I know how much you've been trying to be getting it for a very long time. Alright. Oh! Ah, cool. I heard moonfish noises! Let me get the moonfish! Aye. Alright. Well, if we're gonna be stuck fighting a bunch of these nerds, well, then they're going to make Vice fall asleep, is what they're going to do, because Vice has never not fallen asleep at the use of this technique. Okay, except for this one time where it didn't. Alright, fine by me. And Fina miraculously is able to take out the other one. Alright then. And then it ran away. Alright, I shouldn't complain. Kinda wish Fina attacked the one that was about to run away, not the one that already spent up its turn, but... whatever. I got Sacris. That's a spell that he's really should have had for a long time. Okay, so it's looking like that's not where the moonfish was. Alright. Do you think there's any chance whatsoever that the moonfish requires me to be over on that side of the area and I just never walked over there? Forcing me to walk all the way back around and getting into at least 2 random encounters as a result. You bet your sweet Pippi we're gonna find out! Dodge the monster! That was one standing over there, you don't know it, but it was true! Whoa! Spin-a-rooney! Oh, they still caught me anyway! I tried so hard, and it failed! And it's a bunch of gloopy joes! Ow! Oh, it's the humanity. No, not the Alpha Storm. It's really cool, though. Have I ever used your super move? No, I don't think I have. I should very much consider it. Ah, delightful. A sleeping spell. That won't be incredibly inconvenient for me at all. You're definitely not going to probably make Ica fall asleep as a result of this. And you did. And Vice, too. And Vice, too. And then you casted it again. Okay. Okay.
Over there.
Couldn't even give me that much, huh, game? Yeah, no, you definitely couldn't. You definitely couldn't. All right, well. Now we're about to be kabludgeoned with a big pile of fireballs. Alright, well that's one way to be awoken. Not the greatest of means, but there you go. Ow, rude, counter hit. Yay, there you go. Treat thou how wish to be treated. Treat. treat others as thou wishes to be treated. I screwed that up. All right, well, the second course of fireballs were entirely unnecessary. We have already been awokened. Jeezums. All right, then fine. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use Cutlass Fury. And Daika, you're going to focus on getting rid of the Slithars. And that's right, you and Fina are gonna do that. And then we're gonna assume that the Royal Blade will also be capable of being able to, you know, one-shot this thing and avoid the whole accuracy thing. That's going to be our primary hope for the day. Please stop breathing fire on Fina. She does not deserve this. All right, well, I guess that works too. Whatever. I mean, all right, sure. I don't really care as long as all of our enemies die, so whatever. All right, but it's a good opportunity to see the Royal Blade, I think you called it. All right, credit where it's due. That was pretty dope.
Let us pray that our next battle goes as well.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it went terribly, but I don't know if I would really call that one of our shining success stories, if I'm being entirely real with you. And can I just use magic on the overscreen? I can. I've always been able to do that. All right, then I just want to use some of Vice's magic. He never uses it. I never have him use it in battle, so I might as well have him use it in the overworld. It's a better use for it. It's beginning to look like this was an unnecessary adventure, and I am caked in remorse. I have many regrets. To put it simply, I regret most things about today in general. And then they speed themselves up again, because of course they will. What else would they do? But their very best to make things as inconvenient and difficult to deal with as humanly possible, as is their general nature as awful little Blorky boys. I do not care for them, and then they use the quickest spell a second time because they don't coordinate, they have no team synergy, they don't understand. Hey, David, I'm gonna use the quickest spell, you don't gotta do it. They don't do that, and Harold ends up doing it, and then David, and it's just a big mess, and you guys are a mess. An absolute abject mess, and I'm disgusted by the entire lot of you. Hence why you just got blade beamed upside the head. Not because I was gonna do that anyway, no, that was specifically due to the disgust that was priorly mentioned. Well, at least that one Blorky guy running away means all of our other attacks actually ended up doing something that mattered. Can appreciate that much. Yeah, you show off your speed stat, everyone's really super impressed. Especially Aika, who just murdered your face off. Thank you and good night, sir.
That was fun.
Alright, so, I'm gonna be honest, it really did feel like this was the correct way of going about things. I really did think going here was gonna give me a moonfish. I really did. What is it, underwater in that general area? Alright, and thus I have returned back to where I was. But I also must remember that there was apparently a moonfish somewhere in that general area, and I shouldn't leave this place forever until I manage to find it. I'm not saying I'm definitely going to be able to get all of the moonfish in the entire game, but I can, at the very bare minimum, say that I'm going to find and get all of the ones that I know of. Got that much going for me. It ain't a lot, but it's something. Now stab the lizard! Thank you. Was that so much to ask? I really don't feel like it was. Just take care of as many of them as possible before they spend a whole day and a half trying to do us a big murder. I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that. You can't make me. Ow. Counter hit. Hey, there we go. We call that the time-saving measure. What is up with Enrique's butt? I'm sorry. Does he have poofy pants, or does he just have the lumpiest of bottoms? It's none of my business, but if they're going to constantly show it so damn much, you gotta give me a definitive answer on the topic. What is up with that?
That was easy.
I assume because he's a prince, he's just wearing poofy pants, but my goodness. All right then, what is all this? Ah, got some rocks, some other things, a treasure chest that I can't get to. Good to know, good to know. A fork in the road. All right, that way leads that way, and this way leads this way. Cool. Thought it was too much to... It's just legitimately a dead end. All right, well, at least I went the dead end way first. I appreciate that, actually. Now I don't have to walk all the way back here, assuming that I missed something important, just to find out it was a dead end the entire time. It saved heartbreak. That's appreciated. All right, then I vote that I do this, and then you guys focus on the lizardy guy. I'm not sure what the weird spiny shell fella is all about. I'm sure we'll find out soon enough. Was not anticipating you killing that thing in one hit, but all right, I ain't complaining. Aha! I could kind of tell by looking at it that it was probably going to have at least moderately decent defenses. How many smack-a-whacks with our swords is it going to take to injure? Apparently, that's a byproduct of Enrique's sword. That if I had read it that it could do that, I definitely forgot it could. Most things I stab end up just kind of dying. So, you know, a side benefit that sometimes triggers isn't exactly always noticed. When 9 times out of 10, your enemies are dead before they even get the opportunity to do so. All right then, camera, if you'd be so kind as to literally let me do anything, thank you. All right, so you know, I just realized that's kind of the trade-off. Sure, you move more slowly down here, but there are no random encounters. So I mean, like, there's that. You got that going for it. Okay, we could go that way. We could. But if I go this way, would that mayhaps let me have that treasure chest that I done found earlier? Also, can I do this? I can. So maybe the moonfish is down in the murky depths below, in between that 2 areas. If and that do be the case, then that is something I'm going to have to take note of. You know, Aika, as much as I deeply enjoy you as a character in every regard, you know, learning how to doggy paddle really wouldn't hurt you too much. Just so we could, you know, skim across the water surface. And there's apparently a treasure hunter inside this thing for some unknown, ungodly reason not known by man or beast. There's just some dude chilling here. All right. So be it. Yeah, you go ahead and throw your big dumb knives. We're just gonna slap-a-lap you to the best of our abilities. Oh, that barely did anything. Hey. All right then. All right, fine. If that's the way that it's gonna be, then that's the way it's gonna be. You're gonna get yourself annihilated is what's gonna happen. Ooh, a critical hit. All right. No major complaints. And we're just gonna do that. How many SPs do I need in order to... If I use the power of single to damage and possibly stone a single enemy? Let's not. Instead, look at this. Oh, we have just enough. There we go. Let's buff him up. Buff him up.
Give me strength.
Have his attack actually do a wee bit more damage. That is definitely a good call. Make things go by just ever so slightly faster. All right, we did about 13 before. Now we're doing about 14. It's a difference. You can't say that it's not an improvement when it very clearly mathematically is. And grenade toss. And all right, that just straight up murdered the hell out of Enrique.
Sorry. I can't go on.
Was not mentally prepared for that one. All right, well, then we'll just do what we do. And what we do is learn that we have a better resurrection spell that we currently cannot, in fact, use, because we do not have enough spirit points. Then you're going to guard is what you're going to do. And I'd very much prefer if Enrique didn't not gain the benefits of this fight, you know? Really, 3 for 3 on the counterattacks against Aika. And a normal one, too. You are the worst. Very much the worst. All right, then. I vote that we definitely let you heal yourself up, girl. And then we also do this. Rizalem, revive an unconscious ally. It didn't say it's by 50%.
Give me strength.
Which means that's a full revival, which is going to 100% of the time. That's so much better. Oh my goodness, thank you. Okay, that's gonna be a huge help once every other character learns to do it. And then, as long as you threw that at literally anyone other than Aika. Okay. Seriously, like literally anyone other than Aika would have survived. So, annoying, yes, but you know.
Moons, give me strength.
Hell, I'm up. There we go, at least an itty bitty little teeny bit. There we go. In retrospect, I really probably should have assumed that a treasure hunter was gonna be down here. Really? Why did you get another turn before I was able to defeat you? You suck.
Over there.
Get starroed, nerd! There you go. That's not the most dignified way to go out now, is it?
Yeah.
Heckin' yeah! Alright then. Now please give us all of the good stuff for it. Mostly that, thank you. Give me all of the good stuffs. Get a vital seed too. Alright, now seriously, what's the treasure? A wind song orb. Now I get to play the magical game of what in the heck is that noise? As soon as I heal up my team, there we go. All right, so what do you figure that was? An item? It was. A valuable treasure. I need to stop doing that. Every time I get something from those guys, it's always the same thing. Increase power by 3. Give that to Aika, so she hits harder. Increase max HP by 30. Give that to Aika. I got anything else that boosts stats? Just so I can also give that to Aika and have people question my decision-making skills? Not this day. Not this day, I assure you. All right, then, we are outie. I'm going to go ahead and say that was worth it. Surely. Because ultimately, it seems like it's just going to provide me with a big pile of monies. I'm not gonna complain. Monies is good, but still. All right, then. Yeah, I mean, if absolutely nothing else, I would have just spent all that time going, but what if I did go there? What would I have gotten? I would have had to play the game all over again just to see, and now, I mean, I'm sure I'm probably going to end up playing this game again at some point on my own time, just because I'm really enjoying it. This is just a straight up really solid and fun RPG. Sometimes it's nice to you know, roll with the classics, as it were. All right, well, are you a dead end? You are! All right, cool. I was hoping so, because, you know, the right side was the right side, you know, correctly, I meant in that sense. So it made sense that the left side would be the correct side this time. There you go, left side is the right side. There you go, see that? The English language is not at all confusing and stupid. Oh, Lord, there's some gigantic tapeworm monstrosities. Oh, Lord, okay, I don't want none of you to be alive. I don't really care too much about the weird cryo beasts that I only just now bothered to learn the names of. I'd much rather have the gigantic, horrifying tapeworm monsters not be a thing. Apparently, Aika's weapon induces sleep occasionally, too. That's neat. Unfortunately, it's going to wake up immediately. Here's hoping someone else can hit it before it gets a chance to attack. And it worked out in our favor. All right, then. No harm done. All right, well, I mean, that's a fantastic start. Thank you. Appreciate it. Ouch, my face. Why you gotta be all like that, I swear. All right, then, everybody else, do your thing. Up, and now you're running away, I guess. All right, sure, whatever. Whatever. I'm gonna get some water while I wait for all of this to unfold. What was that move even supposed to be? It was smoke, it was tendrils, it was some sort of ooey gooiness. I don't know what I don't know what that was even meant to convey. I don't appreciate what that tapeworm did to Fina.
That
That was easy.
I don't much care for tapeworms. Controversial opinion, I know, but you know what? Eventually someone's got to put their foot down on topics such as this. Man, we have actually been leveling up pretty decently since we got here. My goodness. No problems here. The more level ups, the better.